Hello everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to file your BOI report for FinCEN, and this is due to the Transparency Act that just passed in 2024. So, for those who are ready to get this form application out of the way, or for those who need help or just really want to know what to expect, this video is for you. Okay, so the first thing you'd want to do is go to your web browser and type in fincen.gov/BOI. So that's fincen.gov/BOI. And then it's going to bring you to this homepage, and then you're going to scroll down and you're going to see File, and you're going to click on File a Report using the BOI e-filing system. And then it's going to bring you up to a page. And on this page, you're going to go ahead and click on Get Started for Beneficial Ownership Information BOI Reporting. So basically, the BOI e-filing system supports the electronic filing of the Beneficial Ownership Information Report under the Corporate Transparency Act. The CTA requires certain types of U.S. and foreign entities to report beneficial ownership information to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, who is FinCEN, a bureau of the U.S. Department of the Treasury. So basically, all this to reduce fraudulent activity within businesses. Sounds good to me. So now we're going to go ahead and click on Get Started, and it's going to take you to this page here. Now you'll see you'll have the option to either prepare the BOI or be able to submit, or you'd be able to have the option to prepare and submit. And what we're going to do today is just prepare and submit. Preparing is mainly for those who are not ready to file, who need to gather information. This is for security purposes. Click agree, and then you're going to see the form officially pop up. Now, at the top, it's going to ask you what type of filing you're going to do. I'm going to choose initial reports since this is my first time filing my BOI. So if you have not filed one before, this is what you would also click. But for those who have a different situation, like let's say you have submitted one in the past and you need to make corrections, you would then click something different. If you also need to make an update to a previous application, you would click maybe C. And newly exempt entity, not really sure what that means. Most likely it means for those businesses who have been established after a specific date. But once again, you would have to do your due diligence to make sure what that means and if that applies to you. So I'm going to click next. And on the very next page, you'll see that I'll have the option to request to receive a FinCEN ID. I'm going to check that box because I want to receive a copy for future purposes in case I do get a letter in the mail, or if there's an issue, or if I just want to update my file, I'll know exactly how to get that. So I'm not really sure of what foreign pooled investment means. I'm not gonna suggest you click it, and I'm not gonna suggest that you don't, because that is none of my business. And that has everything to do with you and further researching on what that means to you. If you are on the application, you'll notice that when you hover your mouse over it, it'll give you a deeper understanding of a longer definition of what that could possibly mean. And if that's not enough for you, hop on Google and hopefully that works out. And if that doesn't, then you'll likely have to call FinCEN just to make sure that you're filling out these forms the proper way. So now you're gonna scroll down and you're gonna see it's gonna ask for the reporting company name. Now this just means your business name, or the business name that you're filing for. Mine is djstylesmiami LLC, and my alternate name, which is my DBA, also known as a fictitious name, that is under DJ Styles. But I use both, and you will have to report both. If you have an LLC, write the name here on the first one. If you have a DBA, you'll write it in the second one. You're going to keep going down, and here's where they'll ask some more specific information about your identity. You're just going to answer those as honestly as possible. as the business owner or as the business applicant. And you'll also notice when it asks for your EIN, please do not include dashes, remove dashes, or any type of hyphenations. Have only numbers in that box, or it will not let you submit the form. As you can see, I'm just filling in the prompts with my information. This application is pretty self-explanatory. One of the most simplest applications I have filled out in a long time. Because baby, these forms, they are forming, okay? And they get longer and longer the longer you are in business. So this application was a breath of fresh air. So this is the part where I just finished putting in my EIN, my business address, and I go ahead and click next. And okay, so this is the part where I go ahead and I basically put the company applicant information in, meaning if you don't own the business, but you are filing this form for the business, I believe this is where you would still put your information in as well. Um, but because I my business existed before a certain date, I can check this box and it will block off basically the rest of the prompts so that I don't have to fill them in and I can keep moving on to the next page. So as you can see, when I hover my mouse over the prompts, over the spaces, they are shaded in gray and they do not allow me to put any inputs in them. It does not allow me to type or text because my business was established in a specific, before a specific date. Now, the beneficial owner means whoever is the owner and benefits from the company, right? Which is most founders and most owners, unless their goal is to sell. Now, when it comes to this part, you'll see how it'll give you the option to add a child as a beneficiary. And if your child is a beneficiary, you would have to check that box. So that way, your guardian name, which is the adult, that could be presented on the application for them versus just putting the child's name and expecting that to be substantial enough for the application. Because the child is underage, it will not be. You would have to check off that box and the adult's information would then pop up. If a child is not the beneficiary, y'all know what I'm trying to say. If they're not the beneficiary owner, then that means you, who is most likely filling out this application, would have to put in your personal information to fill that out. Um, Towards the end, when you scroll further down, it may ask like a passport ID or for your driver's license or for a photo ID, and it will ask for the numbers that are associated with that. Like for me, for instance, I put in my driver's license information and also had to put in my driver's license number and had to upload my driver's license photo. So be prepared to have to provide those type of documents. Other than that, which was really quick for me, it took 2 seconds to upload because I already have that information on hand. Since everything's digital now, that would be something very fast that you can do. But you will have to put in your personal information. That's something you just can't get around. So here I'm just making sure that the email and name I gave is correct. I'm going to click on agree and I will have to continue some security measures just to make sure I am who I am and that I am human. And once I have done that, I will be able to submit the application. And once the application is submitted, I'll be able to get my confirmation code, which will also be sent to me through my email. And I'll be able to then download a copy as well. So I have an email copy, I'll be able to download it, and I also have the copy available to me on the homepage. So thank you so much for hanging in there with me. Thanks for watching how to how to file your BOI report. Um, Feel free to connect with me on Instagram at djstylesmiami. Check out my website, and join my online community at djstylesacademy.com. Until next time, y'all.